Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm excited to share my latest pattern with you. I made these cute gnomes and this is a very easy pattern, also good if you are a beginner, and they're also very quick to make. I think I spent like 15 minutes on one gnome. You're gonna need a 3mm crochet hook, some yarn. I'm using sports weight yarn here and I have 4 different colors. I have a red, beige, white and gray. Also you're gonna need some small amount of stuffing. So here is the yarn that I am using. This is from Kamptanja, it's a German yarn. So we're gonna make 2 panels for each part, and the head and the body is in the same panel. So I would recommend to use beige yarn for the nose, because the first gnomes I make like this one, the nose is a little too bright and you can't see it because the beard is also white. So I would recommend, like on this picture, to use like a darker beige color. So one gnome is 7 centimeters long. I'm a little off camera here, but that's 7 centimeters or 3 inches. The big one is 9 centimeters and 3.5 inches. You can easily adjust the size just by choosing a larger hook. And also you can use worsted weight yarn instead of sports weight yarn and you get a bigger gnome. So I'm gonna start here with some gray. I'm gonna make a slip knot. So we're gonna make 2 panels, and the first panel I made here, the only difference is that you crochet row 5 in the back loop only. So I'm gonna show you how to make one panel and also show you row 5 and the small adjustment that you have to make for it. But first start with a slip knot. This is how I make a slip knot. So just put the yarn like so and then insert the hook there and pull closed. So now we're gonna chain 10. So you can also follow the written pattern on my blog www.yarnhill.com. Also you can purchase the PDF on Etsy if you want to add free printable. Also you can support my work there a little extra if you want to. So now after you have chained 10, insert the hook in the second chain from the hook and do 1 single crochet. So here's the first and there is the second. So I like to work in those little bumps here. If you crochet loosely, you can see those bumps. If you crochet tight, they will be harder to do. So just doesn't matter how you do it, just do 1 single crochet in each chain. So that's 9 single crochets. Also, on my blog I have another, on my YouTube channel I have another gnome here that you can find. I'm gonna link it also below, and you can make a little different gnome on my blog. I have a total, this is my 3rd gnome pattern now, so you can make many different gnomes. Okay, so now just chain 1 and turn and do 1 decrease. Just do a normal decrease here. You don't have to do an invisible decrease when you're crocheting a flat panel. So insert the hook in the same stitch as the chain 1, pull up a loop, and also in the next stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now you're going to do 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you have 2 stitches left and you're gonna do 1 decrease there. So if this is going too fast or too slow for you, you can easily adjust the speed on the video. Just go to the, I think it's the right corner where those 3 dots are, and you can easily adjust the size, the speed. Okay, now we're gonna chain 1 and we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So that's 7 single crochets now. And here is the last stitch. Now chain 1 and turn. Do this after each row. Now we're gonna do 1 decrease again. So decrease in that first stitch and then 3 single crochets and then decrease in that last stitch. So here is 1 decrease. Now you should have 5 single crochets, chain 1 and turn, and then 1 single crochet in each stitch. So before you finish the last stitch, just put yarn over and pull up a loop here. And don't finish the stitch, just grab your red yarn or whatever color you like for the hat, and then make the last pull through with a new color and chain 1 and turn. Now you get a nice color translation there, so you don't see the yarn. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch through both loops on the first panel. So this is the first panel, and I'm going to show you how to do the next panel afterwards. Or did I change? So here, now on the second panel, you're just going to go through the back loop only and do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So this is what you're going to do on the second panel only. Just insert the hook in that back loop only and then do your single crochet. So it's very easy, just here, there's front loop and there is the back loop, and if it's hard with those tails, just weave them in later, you don't have to crochet over them like I'm doing. So just gonna do 5 single crochet here. So, like so, but I'm gonna work like normal. So I'm just going to do my 5 single crochet here. So here are my 5 single crochets, and now we're going to do 1 decrease. So just do a normal decrease here in the first, and then 1 single crochet, and then 1 decrease in the last stitch. So now you have 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now chain 1, turn, and then do 3 single crochets and do 1 more row with 3 single crochets. You know, if you want a really long hat, you can just repeat this row as many times you want. So now chain 1 and turn, and then do 1 decrease. So decrease here in the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Now do 1 single crochet in each stitch for 2 rows, so 2 single crochets for 2 rows. So now you have 2 stitches left, and then do 1 decrease there in the last stitch. So now this is the first panel, and you're going to repeat this except row 5. You're going to do the row 5 as I showed you. So just cut the end here. So now we're gonna, when you're done, we're gonna crochet those panels together, and you have to make sure that the loops, where the remaining loops are facing up, because this is where we will attach the beard later. So we're gonna stitch our way around these panels. And I'm just gonna start here on the side where the gray yarn is, and then we're gonna change color where the red yarn is, and we're gonna work the beard in those loops here. So now grab your white yarn, grab your gray yarn, and then we're gonna single crochet our way around this one. So now you just put them on top of each other, and now insert the hook through both panels and then do 1 single crochet. Like so. And then I like to put the yarn ends, the tails in between here, and then just single crochet through both panels. So 1 single crochet for each row here. So here is the next single crochet, and there's the next. Like this. So here, and when you get to the edge here, you can do 2 single crochet on the edge, and then just continue 1 single crochet in each stitch through both panels. Also here, put 2 single crochets on the edge here or the corner, and then just stitch your way here. So when you get to this part, you're going to change the color like we did on the other part. You just leave this last stitch unfinished and then cut the yarn and then grab the red yarn and make the last pull through with the red yarn. So now I have many tails here. So now just pull tight there so the stitch doesn't get so big, and then work your way here around the hat with the red yarn. So if it's too many tails here, you can also just put them aside and weave them in afterwards. So now when you get here to the top, just you can chain 15. So if you want to hang up your gnome in the Christmas tree, I'm just gonna do it here on the top because this wasn't so centered. So just see where that center is, and then you just chain 15. I'm a little off camera here, I'm sorry for that. So sometimes hard to see where my hands are, but just make 15 chains there. And then when you're done, just slip stitch in that single crochet that you made. So now you can hang up your gnome, and then you just continue here. Now we're gonna add some stuffing there. So when you have reached the end, just cut the yarn and then slip stitch and fasten off. So I'm just going to slip stitch here and then fasten off like so. So now we need to get rid of those ends here. So just grab your scissors and then pull a little here and then cut the yarn. So also here I have a few ends. I'm just gonna cut it here and then weave in those ends that you haven't crocheted over. Just grab my tapestry needle and then weave the ends in here. And then cut the yarn. So now we're gonna make the beard, and then I'm just gonna grab some white yarn here. And then just fasten. Now insert the hook. Make sure that the loops are facing towards you like this. Also the hat is facing down. So now I just go through the side stitch here and that loop, the remaining loop. So here it is. Just go through the loop here and maybe that side stitch. And then just do a slip stitch. Now chain 15. If you want a longer beard or shorter beard, you can make more or less chains. But I think 15 was nice for this size. So now just slip stitch in that chain, in that bottom stitch again, like so. So here is the first loop. Also go into the next one. This is not the next one. Just go in there. But if you want a thicker beard, you can feel free to put 2 loops in every chain there, remaining loop or the remaining loop. So I'm just gonna slip stitch in the next stitch and I add my chains again, so do 15. Now slip stitch in the same stitch again, like so, and then repeat this, slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 15, so you're going to repeat this until the end of this row, so 2 more times here. So here I just go through the loops here, loop here again, or the side stitch again, and then slip stitch, and then do the last chain there, the chain 15, and then slip stitch. So now slip stitch here, like so, and then you can fasten off and cut the yarn here. So leave a little longer tail, because you can see that the beard is like all over the place and we want to gather the beard now. So fasten off here, and then grab your tapestry needle. Now you just weave through that beard here on the top, so like collect it like I do, and then just sew here, like a little up and down there, just on the surface like so, and then go back. So this worked for me. I don't know if it works for you, but like so. Now you just need to fasten this end here. Then cut the yarn and fasten the tail on the other side. Like so. So now the beard is behaving like we want it to. And now we just need to make the nose. So as I said in the beginning, don't use, like, try to find a yarn where you have a little contrast to the beard. Otherwise you won't see the nose so much. So we're just gonna start with the magic ring. I have a separate video on how to make the magic ring on my channel, so I'm gonna link that one. But this is how I like to do my magic ring. Just grab the yarn there. You can also chain 4 and join with a slip stitch if you can't get the hang of the magic ring. It's no big deal. And in this ring we're gonna do 6 single crochets. So do 6 single crochets in the ring. So 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now pull here, so grab the tail there and pull. And now if you want to, grab a stitch marker. I'm gonna be brave today, and I'm not gonna work with the stitch marker, but I'm gonna count. So I'm just gonna do 2 single crochets in each stitch, because we're increasing from 6 to 12 stitches. So just do 2 single crochets in each stitch there. Also have an Instagram account, and you can go and find me there. I'm gonna leave a link below, so you can share your work with me there if you want to. Or also I have a Facebook group. It's called Yarn Hill Crochet Club, and you can also come and find us there, and you can share your work with us. So when you have done your stitches here, just make sure to pull tight there, and then weave in the tail there. So just fasten it there with your tapestry needle. And when you're done, cut the yarn And then we're going to decrease in every stitch. So we're going to go from 12 to 6. So insert the hook in the front loop only on the first stitch and the second stitch to do an invisible decrease. So here, just go to the front loop on both stitches, grab the yarn, pull up a loop. Now we have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So do this 5 more times, in total 6 times. So here's the second. 3. So when you're done, you're gonna cut the yarn and leave a longer tail because we're gonna attach the nose to the gnome. So I'm just gonna grab my tapestry needle and then finish off here. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of stuffing here. You can also leave it unstuffed if you want to. So now we're gonna sew the hole closed. So I like to do this, like go through the first loop, front loop only here on all stitches. So like so, because then you get a nice finish. So just do this on all single crochets. So when you're done, just pull and then go back in the middle here and out there on the side to fasten off. So now the nose is done and you can just attach it here in the middle there on the top. A little tricky to weave it on here, but just do your best and make sure that the yarn don't get tangled between the loops of the beard. So if you're not making this for children, it doesn't have to be super secure, just secure enough for your Christmas tree. You can also go on the outside, like on the back, I mean. So like so. So now the gnome is done. You just need to cut the yarn here, like so. And I hope that you liked this tutorial. Please share your finished work with me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can also email me. I'm gonna leave the links below. So here are my gnomes, and please subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you next week where I will be ready with a new pattern. Also visit my blog www.yarnhill.com. I make new content there also every week, and there's many exciting things happening. I wish you a nice day. Goodbye.